Hi, guys, and welcome to the first episode in this mini series called Working with Your Brain, Not Against It. This series is about understanding how your brain works instead of shaming, blaming, and guilt tripping yourself into feeling like if your brain is broken, like if you're not functioning properly, when in truth and in fact, it might just be because you're overwhelmed or you don't have the correct tools to help you where you need the support. In today's episode, we'll be looking at something called executive function. But don't worry, this is not a psychology lecture. We'll be talking about it in simple real life terms. First, we'll look at what executive function actually is, and then we'll break it down in three lenses. First, we'll look at how our brain's CEO functions, how we make decisions. Then we'll look at it through our brain's air traffic control tower, which is how our brain shifts between tasks. Then we'll look at our brain's phone battery, how our energy regulates. By the end of this, you won't just understand what executive function is, but you could also understand why you might be feeling a bit stuck or overwhelmed or a bit scattered, and you'll feel a little less broken and realize that it's just that your brain needs a little bit more support. So let's get started. So what exactly is executive function? Let's think about it this way. Executive function is your brain's management team. It's not intelligence, it's not willpower, it's not motivation. It's your system's way of helping you turn an idea into an action. It helps you start something, come up with a plan, make a decision, switch between tasks, start what you finish, manage your emotions. If your brain was a company, the executive function would be the leadership team. So when your leadership team is working and functioning properly, you don't necessarily notice that it's working, but you definitely notice when it's not working. When it's working, you might feel focused, clear, productive. When it's not working, you might feel scattered, frozen, irritated, tired, perhaps for no reason. And here's something important. Executive function has a few core skills. The first is working memory. And this is like a sticky note that helps your brain hold on to information that you have to use in the future. Second, cognitive flexibility. This helps you to switch between tasks. It helps you to adapt when plans change. Third, inhibition control. So it helps you to stop and think before just reacting to everything that happens around you. These skills are developed throughout childhood and they continue to grow through the rest of your life. These skills are very sensitive. They're affected by sleep, stress, trauma, emotions. Research actually shows that strong executive functioning can affect everything. It can affect your school life, it can affect your work life, it can affect your relationships, and therefore, if it's functioning well, you will have a functioning life. If it's not functioning well, it will affect all areas of your life, i.e. the being overwhelmed, the being irritated, the being tired for no obvious reason. So it's not just an ADHD conversation that we're having about executive function or dysfunction. We're also talking about burnout, we're talking about depression, we're talking about anxiety. So many things can affect executive function, and executive function is something that affects everyone. And executive dysfunction is something that everyone deals with if they don't have the correct tools to help support them. Honestly, anyone can experience executive overload, and it's not about being lazy, it's just that your brain has too much on its plate. First, let's talk about the CEO, the part of you that makes decisions. It helps you to prioritize your tasks, really. It helps you to figure out what tasks you need to start, what tasks are the number one priority, the list of how you organize your day. It helps you to make the decisions of things that you need to do, when to push through, when to take a break and rest. So when your CEO is supported and clear, your executive function is working well, is supported. The decisions are manageable. But whenever your CEO is overwhelmed, the decisions are all over the place. They're not managed well, and you can feel quite heavy and discombobulated. Now let's look at our brain's air traffic controller. Every task, every thought, every emotion, every responsibility, they're all like planes ready to land. And our air traffic controller needs to decide who gets to land first, who lands second, switching between talking and communicating with the planes to make sure that everything runs smoothly and there's no collisions. When it's overloaded, everything feels chaotic. It can be disastrous. For example, burnout, where you don't feel like if you can keep pushing anymore because so much energy has been taken out of it. And now let's talk about the phone battery. When your phone is at 100%, it's working, it's functioning, it's playing videos smoothly, there's no glitching. But when your phone is at like 5% and you're trying to squeeze all the juice out of it, everything feels a little bit harder. Your phone gets hot. Your phone is like, no, I can't deal with all of these things that are going on. So instead of judging yourselves for having low energy, recharging and planning effectively can restore energy so that we can function at optimal capacity, at the 100% or as close to 100% as we can get. So I'll pose questions to you. Is my CEO overwhelmed? Is my air traffic controller functioning to optimum capacity where my planes are landing? Or do I have like 57 tabs open and I don't know where the sound is coming from? Have I had optimal rest? Am I actually functioning with 100% battery, or am I functioning with 5% and expecting all my apps to run smoothly without glitching? So we've come to the end of the first episode in this series, Working with Your Brain, Not Against It. Do you better understand executive function? In our next episode, we'll talk about our toolbox and some of the coping skills that we can use when we're struggling with executive dysfunction. So stay tuned for our next episode. Bye!